Good evening guys and welcome to my Kerbal livestream. Now today I've had a request from Chadman to try and get to a further away planet. We've already seen me get to Eve and get some Kerbals stuck there. So I'm going to try heading the other way this time and going for Duna, I believe is the outer planet. So let's resume save and have a look at the world map. So this is Kerbal with its assortment of garbage going around it. We've got the Mun, we've got Minmus, where we saw last time when we dropped all our rovers off. If we go out further, we then have the solar system. So we've gone to the inner planet from Kerbal, which is Eve. We're considering going to Duna out here. Now I suspect there may be a lot of waiting for the thing to spin round to be in the right location because I don't want to waste too much fuel getting there. But we will wait and see. So I suspect I will use the same lander as I used to get to Eve. I will just modify it so it actually has a ladder and you know, other useful things like those. So let's head back and go to the construction area. Now, what was it called? This is the problem I have every week. Was it Mun Base Habitat? I think it may have been. Let's have a look at what this looks like. We will make some slight modifications to it, but I still need the base rocket because otherwise we'll be here all evening designing that. That looks familiar. It's got the thrusters, yep. Okay, that looks about right. One thing I was considering was putting some little docking ports on it and sticking some rovers on, so let's see if that's particularly feasible. First I need to sort out the ladder issue. Where was the... up there. Ladders. There we go. So where's the extendable ladder node? Dum dum dum, I'll find it in a moment. I'm going blind. Where's that gone? Aha, next page, that'll be why. Okay, let's put one there. Another one under that one. And then we need some ladder up on here, which will make out the more solid stuff. To go up to the actual hatch doorway. That way. Oops. Let's turn off that. There we go. This bit's going to look messy because they overlap. But there you go. It's part of the problem. So let's turn that back on again. So that's that resolved. Now, docking ports. I don't think these all... oh, they will just go on the side. Let's have a pair of them. Does that work? Yes, it does. Okay, now I want a pair of the little rover thingies. Where are they gone? They're under pods, aren't they? There we go. So... let's flip that over. You going to connect on? No. I think because this is too high. So if we grab the can, move the whole lot down. Where'd it go? I'll do it. Right. And then let's put on one of the little few energy generator. What's it? On the rear. There we go. Pick him up by that. Set him to double. That work? That works. I don't know if they will hold on. We may have a problem with them snapping off. But we shall wait and see. Okay, let's have this as the... what was it called? Duna. Duna base habitat. No, that's where that went. Go away. Now, is there anything else they're going to need? Don't think so. Let's launch, shall we? Clear the launch pad. Now, we may well get some snapping of bits and breakages and explosions in true fashion for my Kerbal space program, whereby it destroys itself multiple times over the first few tries. But hopefully we'll get there. Oh, I didn't raise it back up again, did I? Problem number 1 is already encountered. We're clipping on there. In flight. Vehicle assembly building. So let's raise this back up again. Save and launch. So there we have it, the monster rocket now with added cars, because it wasn't unstable enough. And today we have Andrin Kerman and Jebediah Kerman on their quest for, what was it called, Duna. So, SAS on, throttle to about where it needs to be, which is there, and prepare for mutually assured destruction of all Kerbals in the vicinity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. With a smoke plume and a half coming out the rear of the ship. So we're waiting for these solid fuel burners to run out. The first pair of liquids should run out shortly afterwards. Up we go, ever so slowly. Jebediah is enjoying this. It's encouraging, I guess. Okay, so we're nearing the first separation stage. I need to remember to wait till they are in fully expelled before I jettison them. Otherwise they go firing off like missiles and take out the rest of the ship, as we saw last week. And I also need to remember to thrust up on the liquid engine so we don't lose too much speed in the transfer process. So up goes that throttle. Oh, yeah. Okay, something somewhere happened there. The game went for a nice little lag spike and then magically disintegrated into half. So I'm not sure what quite went on there. As you can see, only half of the solid pods actually jettisoned, so I don't really know what went on. This game does have things where when it suddenly lags and has to calculate things, it kind of just freaks out. But, never mind. So there's still 3 burners running on the main engines. I don't think this is going to separate properly. Once these parachutes open, you should see a big chunk of this thing disintegrate and disappear off. But whether it will just pull off the little engine nacelles or whether it will take the whole upper section with it is yet to be seen. So we're about to find out. The parachutes will deploy shortly. I'm waiting for the engine nacelles to just... Oh dear. That'll expedite things. Well, that didn't work out too badly. Duna base habitat ship. What? Okay, now it's all down to whether this bit can land safely or not, as the crew are contained in this top section, but we are missing a parachute, so it's coming down wonky on top of a fuel tank. Still full of fuel. Here we go. How good are these parachutes? The answer is... oh! Just about sufficient. Jebediah is not so happy. He is, however, alive. Quick, run. Run before it blows up. Let's rescue the other guy as well. Come on, Andrew. Out. And run. Take it. Just time to stare back at the wreckage. Confused as to what happened. We'll leave them there. Okay, so clearing the pad. Duna base habitat. Why is there 2? Okay. At least the safety construction of the capsule holding people is up to standard. Elfin Safety did something right for a change. So now we have Thomford Kerman and Rayleigh Kerman, watched by their the previous astronauts, who are somewhere in the area. Kerbonauts, whatever you want to call them. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 2. Now, neither of these two look particularly happy about the ordeal they are going through. They have clearly seen what happened on the previous one, and we're not impressed to be told they'll be leaving in the same version of rocket. They've also yet to be informed that their journey will probably take years and that they should really start rationing their food about 8 months ago. They'll be on about 1 Rice Krispie a week. And they will definitely be drinking their own urine within the first couple of days. So, we'll jettison the solid fuels and then thrust up on the liquids, so that hopefully doesn't happen again. Now, don't get eager on the space key, otherwise these things will rocket off like missiles. We've already demonstrated today. Wait for it. There we go. Thrust up. And the first set of liquids are gone as well. And now the wobbling commences. Now the wobbling is due to the fighting SAS parts I have on this. I should really remove them at some point, but it involves effort going into constructing it again, so I haven't really bothered. I just manually control this section. Okay, so we're about to jettison the next pair of fuel tanks. Away they go. Okay, let's start our gravity lean. To about there. Oh, there. Actually get it on the 90. Now if we have a look, the apoapsis is heading up, that's good. Let's keep an eye on the wobbling of the ship. Still going up, that's good. Wobbling is increasing. Let's take manual control for a moment so that cuts out. We still have the little buggies on the side, which is good news. And 75,000, that's good. Let's cut the engines. Turn the ship so that it's directly on the 90. The Kerbals are still screaming up here. Their lack of faith is troublesome. Okay, there we go, that's the 90. So now we're approaching the apoapsis, which is the point we want to be burning at, really. We'll wait till that hits about 40, possibly 30. $40 will do. Right, let's begin. Now we're going to run out of fuel again in these first pair. Away they go. So we're down to our last big engine in the middle now. As we try to establish an orbit. It's aim this up a little bit to not overshoot the apoapsis, which is in 3 seconds, so we need to aim up quite a bit more than we are. There we go, that's bringing it back again. So we actually want to aim somewhere around there. So this orbit is just pulling itself out wider and wider. Eventually we will get enough so that we actually circle the planet. Hopefully before the fuel in this engine runs out, but it's not looking particularly promising. Nope, not quite. Okay, so jettison, fire. Okay then. So the blue line's slowly pushing outwards. We should establish our orbit shortly. Here it comes. Wait for it. Out the other side. And there we go. Up it raises. Once we get it to about what I'm at the moment, which is 83,000, so it's circular, I will look at where I'm heading next. There we go, those spin round, about right. Okay, so we want to head to that. So which way is going to be the best way to get there? Let's just try a large burn roughly where we are now, shall we? I'm not doing this particularly mathematically or looking up how to do it. I am sure there are far more efficient ways of doing it. You can probably use the moons to transfer, but my experience with using the moons is they throw you wherever the hell they like. So I'm not relying on that. I'm sure there is a way to calculate it all properly, and if you want to be the most efficient, then that would be the way to do it. So do not take this as the guide of how to do it. I am not claiming it is such. Okay, while this is going on, someone wants an off-topic question. Why do I hate Mountain Blade with Fire and Sword? The answer is the guns are far too accurate. You basically start up the battles, take one step forwards, and you get pistol sniped from the other side of the map by a random AI. and then that's it, you're out the fight, game over. Well, you know, your warband gets slaughtered because you're not there to lead it. And multiplayer, it's just far too accurate in general. So hopefully that answers that. Now, I don't expect I'm going to have even remotely enough fuel to get to where I was hoping to get to by the looks of this. I'm not sure how I ever got to Eve, because I'm sure this was the ship design I did it with. I mean, I know this starts going out exponentially faster than it is at the moment, but it's still not looking encouraging. So while we're at it, I would like to promote Chadman's channel. He's just put up an announcement basically detailing the situation he's currently found himself in. So if you watch Chadman's channel, go there and check that out. It'll explain a lot of things to you. And also I'm starting to try and make more use of things like Twitter. I'm still not going to use Facebook because it doesn't really fit with the whole gaming channel thing, I find. I mean, the videos also post there for anyone who's a big Facebook fan, but I'm not really using it to interact. So if you're a big Twitter person, it's at Malakith Skadi, or you can find it on my homepage of my channel on the right hand side. Okay, so out goes that. Out goes that, and there we leave. So that's us leaving the orbit of the planet, which is fine. So let's accelerate this up a bit. Out we go. So, what we want to do now is at the apoapsis, burn until we start intersecting with Duna. Is that reaching? Not quite. Let's do a bit more. There we go. So we will do that. Now then, let's spin this nav ball round so we're pointing the right way. We're looking for the little blue cross thing. There we go. Now we have 1 day until we're at the proper location. So if anyone ever does a real-time Kerbal Space Program series, that could be painful. It'd be impressive, but it'd be painful. You'd have to just sort of check back once every so often. 12XP12 is asking what I just pulled up, what menu or something. I'm not too sure what he's talking about. If he means this little planner route thingy I've got, that's not a mod, that's part of the standard Kerbal package, so if you don't have that then you've got an older version. So if 12xp12 would like to elaborate on what he's asking about, I will try to get him a better answer. Okay, another thing that has been requested recently is a lot of people have been asking for a second question and answer session with myself and Chadman. Now obviously if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need questions. Other suggestions on what you might like to see in such a thing would also be appreciated, so if the people in the live stream at the moment would like to make some suggestions, that would be helpful. For those watching on YouTube, if you want to make them in the comments, and then keep an eye out for a sort of announcement video where I say I'm going to be doing it, and you can fill in your questions there. We may also look at possibly having other people on that, if you can find some people you want me to try and get hold of. I know Siri is busy questionnaring everybody in the sort of community the 77Y gets involved in as a startup for his own channel, so you may want to have him there. You know, I can try and get hold of some people if you can think of some names. And so, look, you want us to do a tactical total war battle whilst answering questions? You just wait a minute. I'll answer that question in a minute when Mao stops sending cavalry like cannons. I don't think it would be you know, the best question and answer session. I think it'd probably be one of the most distracted question and answer sessions you've ever come across. Alex Darney's asking for a Hearts of Iron 3 campaign. Chadman is in the middle of teaching me how to play it at the moment. I have never played it before, so he's running over the basics, so that I have a clue what's going on. As I'd rather not do what I did with Crusader Kings, which is make a year-long series of basically me learning the game, which actually turned out fairly well towards the end, but it literally was me learning the game, despite how it looks. In the later episodes, I may come across as knowing what the hell I'm doing, but I can guarantee you I was learning the entire time. Am I using any mods for KSP? I have the home starter kit module, which is basically a lander sort of kit for once you get to planets. I don't have any upgraded rockets, it's all done with standard rocketry. That's one thing I didn't really want to invest in because it's kind of cheating. Get on the TGS podcast. If only it was easy as going, I want to be on the TGS podcast. It's not. People keep asking, will I use a cannon? I keep explaining this. The cannon is the responsibility of the artillery detachment of the regiment. I can't just magically appear and go, I want to play cannon, because then it stops them having their gameplay and their fun. And as much as I would like to just make a video for YouTube, ultimately it's what's in the interest of the regiment that comes first. And I'm not going to kick people out of their positions just for my YouTube benefits. Ah, okay. We've screwed up the Duna thing. We're going to have to go around a few times. Well, I say we. It is quite clearly me. But never mind. Who uses the cannons? The captain in charge of the cannons is Temurai. He currently doesn't have a lieutenant, and he then has NCOs and gunners that actually do the work. Captain Fleur, if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see I answer that question myself. Okay, so what we're looking for is this point here and this point here to be close to each other, which they're quite clearly not. So as I mentioned, we're going to go around a few times. So let's see if there's anything in the chat worth talking about whilst we wait for that. Yep, as Casper says, I should have played around with the maneuver nodes more to get this perfect, but, you know, if you want to just be pedantic about it all the time, I'd go look up the exact angle to leave the planet at and all those sorts of things. I'm just having fun. Have Temurai record? It's not as simple as that. And also, I don't know what everyone's obsession with watching cannons is. All you see are tiny little dots on the horizon. And in recording software, you're unlikely to even see them. You'd have to be watching in 1080p to make out more than specks of pixels. You know, it's not a fun thing to watch particularly. They may get massive kills every so often, but you know, it's nothing special really. Okay, that's not doing what I want to do. So what if I did that one? Nope, they don't come together then either. What if I burn here? Does that bring them? No, that brings them further apart. So over here. That establishes a pair, but it's still not exactly what I want. What about over here? No. None of them are going to work on this go round by the look of it. Let's just try. No, we'll give it another go round and see where things end up, and then we'll play with those sliders again. Maybe this one. Ah, that'll help. Okay. Let's play with these a bit more. So no. That's quite a long burn, so we'll scrap that one already. It's going the right direction, but not quick enough. See again. It's too much. Okay, let's try playing with them as a pair then. Maybe over here. No, no combination of those is working particularly well at the moment. Have I tried Smite and Dota? Yes, I've tried both. You will see Smite on one of the Wednesday livestream videos at some point. It was alright. I didn't really get on with it. And Dota, the one thing that really bugs me about Dota is the camera controls. I just do not like there's no... The thing that I like in League of Legends is having free camera control so I can look around the map, usually, and then hold spacebar to follow the character. And as far as I can find, Dota does not have that. It has a double tap of space which jumps to your character, but then you still have to scroll. So I find League's camera system superior. Making no comment on the gameplay other than that. Camera is one thing that really bugs me in any game. It's why I refuse to play Rome Total War, because the camera in that is horrible. Yeah, I'd set my jibs. Does double tapping F1 stick it to you so that it then follows you? I mean, I'd rather not have to quadruple spam keys to get it to follow and not. Apparently it's super temperamental. Okay, well when they fix that, set my jibs, then I will play Dota. The camera is the make or break feature for me in most games. Right, now they're close. Let's see. That's a lot of burning to get. I'm pretty close together there, actually. Oh, that was what we wanted. There's an intersect. Okay, so we'll get there and see how much burn time that's going to take. It looks fairly big. We'll experiment. Do I think the 77Y are going to come over to Anglo-Zulu War from... No, I highly doubt it. There's about 18 mods that everyone's going, oh, this mod's amazing, come play it. I did the First World War mod, and there will be people that play it. I mean, there are people that are playing it at the moment, but to move an entire regiment across to it, unlikely. Yeah, Casper, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire the engines up and see how long the burn time it suggests is. See whether I can get away with it or not. Oops, overshot again by the speed controls. It's a 1-2 minute burn, that's fine. I can go with that. Now let's cancel the planned burn thing and just watch the circle itself. I still do have a lot of fuel, so we should be able to stomach this. Yeah, I'm not going to risk all physical time warps. This game is flaky enough when 99% of my CPU is hammered by live streaming it to start with before I start throwing in physical time warp accelerations. I've stated the battle cry of freedom is a long way away. Am I excited for it anyway? Well, obviously if it meets its expectations, then it's going to be an awesome game, but you know, very few games actually fully meet what they say they will. So as with Rome Total War, until it gets a lot closer, I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Wait for it. There we go. There's our intercept with Duna. Okay, so round we come. Nice big slow arc. So the mission's been running, what's that, 430 days? As I said, they had better have packed a lot of food. Do I want to play Devil May Cry? Now, I must admit, those kind of games are one of the few that I don't really get on with. How's fuel doing? Not too bad. Okay, so what we're waiting for is this point here, Duna encounter. And hopefully I can slow down enough to get into Duna's orbit rather than flying out the other side again. So here we come. Slow it down. Speed it up a little bit. Get ready to slow this back down again. Okay, there we go. Oh, not quite. 2 minutes out. And there. Okay, so that is the orbit we currently have relative to the planet. So what we want to do is crash, apparently. What? Turn off the SAS. There we go. And start killing speed, I believe. Let's just try this a little bit. Check I don't get flung out of orbit. Maybe I want to wait till I'm at the periapsis. I'm concerned about the amount of fuel. Oh, why are you still accelerating? Stupid time warp feature. Ah, buggered this one now. I told it to stop accelerating and it chose to just ignore my mouse clicks entirely. I think these Kerbals here are going to be stuck in space, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, we're going to run out of fuel. There is no way I'm getting this orbit down quick enough. Casper, I can't even get the orbit round the planet. I don't think I'll have enough fuel left for a landing. I mean, look, I'm completely missing. I think my one potential chance is wait and see if I get grabbed by it again. But I severely doubt it. We'll give it a try while we have a chat back in the stream. Why will you not accelerate at all now? Hello, time. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so let's set a target. Alright, when we get up here, these don't do much. That does, but it takes so much fuel to do. Okay, let's try down here then. That one? No, that one? No, definitely not. Go, right. No, that just pushes them further away. Alright, we'll just let it fly around and see what happens. So, in the meantime, for anyone who's interested in Napoleonic Wars, I want to recommend a channel for you, which is just starting up. So this is Siri's in command channel, and it's not gameplay. There's no like massive gameplay stuff, but what he's doing is he's doing interviews with lots of prominent people within the Napoleonic Wars community. He's just starting out, so you know, give him a chance. What he's looking for at the moment is feedback on his interview with Jacob PC Gaming, to see if what you guys think format wise, what you'd like to see, you know, all those kind of things. So if you can spare, how long is it, 12 minutes of your time at some point to have a listen to that. It's kind of a radio, you can have it running in the background. You know, just give him some feedback in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. And you may find a video from me on there shortly, and I'm sure you'll find some from various other members of the NW community at some point. So that's my shameless plug for the day. Cattle Refract, if you were to join the 77th, why? It's the 77th for EF in that case. No, you would not need a microphone. We don't require people to have microphones to play either of our games. You just need to be able to listen. Commissar Bennick asks, did I get his message about a bugged application? Depends when you sent it. Let me have a look. No, it doesn't look like I have any messages at all, so I have no idea what's going on. What was his name? It was Siri in command. You can find it. I've posted a link into the live stream chat for those who aren't in the live stream chat. You can watch it back later, or you can go back and pause the video. Okay, so it looks like we're just being permanently chased by this. So that does nothing. Looks like whatever I do, it just breaks. No, those don't help. Alright, let's reset that, because I did some weird alignment things there. So that was where I need to boost to, but I don't think I'm going to have enough fuel to do it. We shall give it a try. No, we don't have much fuel at all. I don't think I will be able to slow down enough to actually get grabbed by Duna once I get there. Okay, so here goes. Coming up on the point I need to burn at. Wait for it. Okay, let's align with the node a little bit. Then accelerate in closer to the time. And we overshoot again as usual. Oh, 40 seconds worth of burning. That's not going to be good. Get rid of that thing. Oh, what's happened there? Oh yeah, it disappears for a while, doesn't it? Does it reappear? No, I think we're just going to be stuck here now. Oh no, there we go. They're starting to come back together. And we never got grabbed. That was annoying. What do I need to do? Nope. It's like they're out of vertical alignment. There we go. You see that one. Okay. I'm definitely going to run out of fuel now. Yeah, look at that. It's all over for these Kerbals, boys and girls. They've snuffed it. Or will have shortly. say there, Commissar? Okay, here we go again. Mr. Moosepants, I definitely do not have enough fuel to get them to the sun. They're about to run out as it is. Okay, around we come. Why would I make a trip to the sun? Why is everyone so obsessed with it flying into the sun? It's just going to die like if it had flown into the ground. Okay, here we come. So once we get to there, I think that's my problem. My angle was out. My orbit wasn't, low enough. I'm too far away height-wise. So I can probably fix this for next time. I have a better idea of what's going on. Yeah, look, that's not even budging. If I had a lot more fuel, then maybe. Oh, it's going to be so close. Okay, if we use all the fuel to try and get right in on that planet. Come on. Come on. More. More. Down, 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 down. Yes! We can get to the planet. On the last fumes. There's none in those tanks. There is tiny amounts in those tanks. Okay, let's start the transfer process of the Kerbals. Out. Let go. RCS on. Grab. Board. Okay. And you. Out. Let go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, Kerbal. Come on. You can do it. Down to the door. Down to the door. Grab. And board. Okay. How do I do this? It was that and that one. There we go. All fuel into here, please. Oops, done that again. I always click away too early. So we're just transferring fuel and oxidizer from these outer tanks. So everything is in this lander module. Chadman's arrived for the critical moment as we land on Duna, as requested by him, to head to another planet. Okay, let's see. That tank's empty. Monopropellant's full. That one's empty. So we can detach here. Decouple node. And swap to the other one. Thrust away with the RCS a little bit. Let's get some translational on as well, so we're well away from that thing as we come into the atmosphere. So we should be landing on the snowy pole there by the look of it. Let's create a new group here, because I don't want the parachute going off at the same time as the thrusters. Okay, round we go. What I may do actually is thrust down a little bit more to see if I can get it onto the desert bit, because we don't really want to land on snow. It's a bit boring. We're going to a desert planet and we land on the snow. Okay, I think that's resolved. It looks a bit weird. I am going into the planet, aren't I? Yeah. Odd. Okay. Time acceleration. Oh, slow that right down, please. So what we should see is this bit of lander magically disappear in a moment as it slams into the planet. In it goes. And kaboom. Getting rid of space debris one collision at a time. So it seems we're landing quite high up on the planet. Now I hope this thing has an atmosphere. If it doesn't, I'm a bit screwed because my parachutes won't do anything. I fully believe it does. Okay, altitude. Here we come. Okay, we'll use up what little fuel we have left. Trying to slow down as we come into the thicker atmosphere. I'm not going to waste it now. Assuming we hit any atmosphere at all. Getting a little concerned at the height. We don't appear to be slowing. I don't like this at all. Burn, burn, burn! Deploy chute. Uh-oh! Problem. Crap. Ooh. What came off? My cars came off. So we officially have no transportation. Yeah. The cars came off like miniature rockets there. Why are the Kerbals so happy? And both look... They must be suffering delusions from lack of food and water after 4 years, 9 days, 35 minutes and 12 seconds. Down we come. Come on. Don't blow up. Oh, that's still fast. Oh, bounce. Oh, dear. Houston, we've rolled it. Okay, we're going to go for an upside down lander here. Or some weird ass thing like this. Of course the one that I want to get in is up there. Okay, well they won't be living in that crawl space, they'll be living in this one. Let's extend the ladders just because you know where we can. Why didn't I break speed with RCS? Did you see the speed this thing was coming in at? Right. Let's send out Thomford first, shall we? He's feeling adventurous. Come here, Thomford. Let go. Oof, head first into the dust. Good job, little man. Can you get back in if you jump? No, don't do a backwards dolphin dive. Okay, gravity's low enough that we can jump up and grab if we need to. Stop rolling around in the dust. Way! Can we self-right? No. Is the answer. Ooh, Kerbal, run, run. No, not pirouette, run. Okay, let's close the habitat. Okay, as these start to retract, I'll try and use the momentum to get up on the legs. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, God. I didn't want to push shift there. Right, well. Way, faceplant. He might still be able to use this top capsule as a home. Way, more face planting. Board. Yes. And the other one's in there. Okay, both Kerbals are still alive somehow. We just kind of broke their ship a little bit. Yeah. So, on that bombshell of stupidity, we have some people on Duna. Duna. So, to the Space Center. Do not end flight, because that would irritate me. So, looking at the place, we have an orbiting satellite around the moon, around the planet, somewhere. There he is, Doom satellite. Let's go have a look at that. Just to sum up my successes so far. As you can see, we have a multi-part satellite up here. We have the central power generation stage with solar panels, and it's got the crew bit in. We then have a linking node connected to a power generation and storage module, which just has like nuclear reactors and battery packs. We then have the fuel tank on the end for people to refuel on. And down the other end we have the large rocket docking section, where eventually I intend to attach multiple ships and then tugboat them somewhere. But for now, they're staying there. It's got 3 people on board who have been there for quite a while. So that's going reasonably well. We then have a couple of things on the moon. We landed the same thing you've seen. You just saw me put down on Duna, but actually on its feet. We have the same on Minmus, along with some crazy little rover dudes. You know, I managed to get some of those rovers to actually get there. They're not particularly interesting to see. But the guys on Eve, if we go have a look at them. Now, the atmosphere on Eve is ridiculously thick. So much so that if we have a look where I landed. So we're on this tiny little island here, which lets us explore absolutely nowhere. At the time I was landing, I was aiming for up here somewhere, and the thick atmosphere just went and dragged me down to here. I got extremely lucky not to be landing in any of the surrounding water. That luck then promptly ran out when we realised I didn't build a ladder on this one. As soon as they got out, they dropped off the side, face planted on the floor, and well, I'll show you how high they can jump. You ready? Here he is. Jump. That's as high as you can jump, because the atmosphere is so thick. And if I put on his jetpack, it doesn't even lift him off the floor. It doesn't help in the slightest. I'm not even sure they can get in here properly. No, I don't think they can. It's too high for them. And because there's nobody in the module, I can't lower the legs to get them in. So yeah, these guys are just standing outside, looking gormless, waiting for rescue, watching the sunset. Looking at their food through the hydroponics window, unable to reach it. The eternal torment of Kerbals is definitely apparent on my channel here. Okay, so if we go back to looking at the place in general. So we've sorted our own area out. We've gone in one, we've gone out one. Now Moho, I'm not sure what Moho is. Let's go have a look at Moho, shall we? What does Moho consist of? Ah, Moho is just a big barren rock. And I'm guessing has no atmosphere at all. So that's all that we've got left going inwards. Going outwards, we have Drez, which again, just a big barren rock of nothing. We go out another one. We got quite a little cluster over here. So we got Jool, which I believe is a big gas giant sat in the middle, surrounded by no less than, what's that, 5 moons? So we have Pole, Bop, Val, Tylo, and Lethe. So that's a very watery moon. Landing there would be troublesome. That's a nice barren rock. Tylo, another big barren rock. Bop, what a name, I love Bop. Bop is a very rocky rock. That would not be fun to land on. Bearing in mind, if it doesn't have an atmosphere, you can't use parachutes. So you have to have enough fuel to do it. And there's Pole. Obviously, I have no idea on the gravitational pull of any of these either. So let's go make some drones of some sort, like a scout probe. Okay, new. Stay Putnik Mark II. Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, now propulsion. I want to play with. Where is it? I was sure it was in here. Where's the ion engine? I've not tried the ion engine at all in this game yet. There it is. So it requires electric charge and xenon gas. So where's the xenon gas? There's the xenon gas. So let's stack these up. put on one of those. And a couple of these solar panels, which are around here somewhere. Looks a little large. Looks a little large. Let's have 4 of them. What could possibly go wrong? Now we need somewhere to actually store this stuff, so we want 4 of those. Okay, it says propellants, electric charge, xenon gas. Now, I'm assuming it needs both, but it may be possible that it runs off one or the other. I would imagine it does need both. Anyway, with that top section sorted, we now need to set up the decoupler. Where's it going to be? I can't remember where these things are now. There we go. That's a little large. Stack decoupler. 2. Let's go to one of them. And then we've got to have triple fuel tanks. It's all about the triple fuel tanks. With the atomic rocket motors. Yeah. And where was that structural thing again? Let's do an inverted one of these. No. 1. Sticks to all of them. And then an adapter to big ass rocket tank with a mainsail. Why do the other 2 not get this? Fine. And then a silly amount of solid boosters on the outside, I think, just to be very silly. And where are they? Haha! And then to aero it up. Structural reinforcement. It's always a requirement. Well, some of them connected. 3 of these. Okay. So now we sort out the order they actually fire in. So those 6 fire at the same time as the big one, because I can control the big one with the throttle. Then they jettison off. These need to go off at the same time as that lot. That then fires them. That jettisons that. And then we get the ion engine. I know what we're missing. SAS module. Malprobe 1. Sounds questionable, but never mind. Actually, I bought that. Someone's saying, quite sensibly, that this shroud will damage the other engines. We'll give it a try, why not? More explosions is more fun for you guys. I can always fix it afterwards. Okie dokie. Boom! Not entirely convinced what happened there. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building. Looked like maybe the towers were hitting something. Ah yes, you can see it. Look, the towers are actually clipping with the engines there. Oops, triple. And that looks like that's resolved that. Okay, go. Okay, now is this going to be a bit happier? Looks like it. Good. No. Bits just dropped off. Why did bits just drop off? I imagine it may be a little heavy. Put it so it's sort of on the launch pad. There we go. So this bit dropped off last time. Yeah, there. Okay, that triple bit is detaching of its own accord. I'm guessing the weight's just too much. We're kind of grabbing it by the top and all that weight's just pulling on that middle section. So maybe what we should do is get some more of these strut thingies and have them in there. So that the whole thing's supported, rather than just being on this bit. Are we happier this time? Maybe. It still looks like it's trying to detach. Okay, let's give this a try, shall we? 3, 2, 1. I haven't got any fins on this. I have next to no control. There's no RCS. There's no fins. Oh dear. Oh, why is there 3 engines? Oh dear. That's gonna blow up. Wait for it. Everything kind of tripled by the looks of it. Okay, so up we go. We're at that altitude, so let's lean it over. We'll head for the 270 point this time. Why not? Okay. Definitely not the most efficient launch. I didn't put a linkage jet separator in, did I? Oh, you stupid boy. Extremely stupid boy. Evacuate! Go! Crappy ion engine of doom. Are you even on? Yes. Maybe. Yep, electric charge is going down. Extend the panels. We need more power. Crappy ion engine is failing. Failing hard. Damn you, crappy ion engine. I can't even tell you're on. Where's your little blue glow? Ah, yes. We're in the dark bit of the planet. Good plan there. Good plan there. Epic failing on epic scale. Okay, we'll end this one. We know where that's going. Back to the assembly building. We have things to fix. First off, remove those. Replace with something useful. Where are they? Don't even remotely need that many, but... Next. Let's, where are they? Decoupling. That's them. And then U6, move up there. That looks more like it. Let's try that. Oh, wait, wings. Wings. Why is there only one of these? 3, you stupid thing. Oh, I'm confused. No, I said 3. Why are you trying to put 6 on? 3. Fine. You want something done properly, just do it on your own. And arrow wings. I have one in there because I can. One in there because I can. And one in there. Meh. You two, get down there. Right then. Let's try this again. So, 3, 2, 1. Why are we leaning already? Way! That failed. I pushed entirely the wrong button. Alright, time to slab into the floor at full speed. Aim for the hangar. Missile away! Right, let's try that. I'll push the right button this time. I meant to thrust up on the mainsail engine, and instead I jettisoned the boosters. Whoops. Okay, 3, 2, 1. That's better. If you allowed me to design these in real life, you wouldn't be bankrupt. You'd just have a very clean gene pool. Not necessarily clean in the direction you'd want it to be, as I guess astronauts have to be fairly intelligent. But it'd be clean nonetheless. This looks very unstable and rather wobbly. This linkage is not great. Houston, we have a wobbly rocket. Okay, let's start rolling over. See if I can't break it. Okay, that's expanding up nicely. We're about to run out of fuel on this big engine, at which point we may have a bit more stable a ship. Fire! Oh, whoa, 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 no, 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 no. Control, please. Come back. Why are you randomly pointing that direction? Okay, there we go. Got it under a bit more under control. Let's not bleed too much speed. And there. Aim it a bit better. Okay, angle that up a bit so I'm not catching the apoapsis so quickly. There we go. Starting to get this orbit. Plenty of fuel on this ship. So this is a probe, remember, so it has no crew, which is why there's no picture down in the corner. The ship that got to Duna, however, did have crew. Both of them just about made it alive. Where am I going? I don't really know. This is a probe trial. Trying out the little probe xenon engine, so I'm just trying to get out of Kerbal to start with. Line that up with the horizon. Come on. There we go. And we're about to get orbit. There we go. Okay, let's add a maneuver there. Let's see where that takes me. problem I have is with no RCS or anything, this ship does not like turning at all. Ah, there we go. It's up the top there. Let's go line the ship up with that. Come on. Eh. So we're trying to line up this little blue dot so when I get round here it can boost off and leave atmosphere. Okay, a little bit more. This takes forever. Come on. Stupid ship with no turning capability. No. Chase that blue cross. There we go. I'm not under acceleration, you stupid game. What are you on? Round we go. That was a good estimate on the burn time. So as you can see, the lower weight of this ship means it gets out of orbit considerably quicker. Okay, and away it goes. Go on. Does the probe do anything special? No, it doesn't. It's just a small craft that doesn't have a person in, which means it's light and, you know, that sort of stuff. So, off flies that bit. Whee! There we go. My ship is not throttled up, you stupid game. Okay. Now we can play around. Let's try that one. Why not? We just have to find the stupid blue thing. Ah, that stupid blue thing. Okay, we can now safely accelerate time again once it decides my ship is not actually accelerating, because it's not. Alright, here we go. 12 days, 11 days, 10 days, 9 days. 3, 2, 1. Get the hours down. Whoa, overshoot. Never mind. Okay, if Comrade Bennick or Commissar Bennick is actually still in chat, no, I've never seen that problem before, unfortunately, so I don't know how I can fix that for you, Bennick, I'm afraid. If you talk to Asdir, he's actually the website admin, so he may be able to help you out with your account. Okay. I'm actually going to play around with this a bit first. So once we get to there, I want to maneuver it so the orbits align. I can't really see mine. I can just about make it out. Oops, and up a little bit. There, I think. Oh, hang on. We had the Okay, let's try that one. Now then, let's find the blue. It's got to be around here somewhere. How's the fuel doing? Yeah, it's doing alright. Ah, there it is. I can see it down the bottom of the nav port. Adjust. Brake. Come on. Stop, you stupid. This thing moves so badly, I need to get RCS on this thing. Come on, stupid thing. Line up on the blue. Ah, this is painful. Give it a little bit of thrust so that it can steer itself. Ah, there. Right then. No, the ship is not under movement. There we go. Right. Round we come. Gonna have to fix it. We're not quite on the blue target again. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's wait for that to get to about there. Okay, down to real time. Okay, let's get this down to about 3 minutes, because it was a 3 minute and something burn. There we go. Hopefully we have enough fuel to manage that one. Where are we going? We are going for the outer set of planets, which is Jool and those sorts of places. Is it the outer ones, or is it the... yeah, the outermost ones? Whilst we wait, I am going to read out my stupid comment of the week, which is currently located on the 10th of January Thursday Siege event from a lovely... was it then? Yeah, I'm sure it was. Where's he gone? Yes, there he is. Apparently, no wonder these Napoleonic Wars videos take so long. You don't know what you're doing. Nobody forms lines to attack anymore. Also, your major waltzes into the base and walks right into the gunfire. Do any of you have any real military training? This is from someone called the Recon Marine, by the way, who has videos of his tours in Afghanistan. So he's clearly attempting to apply modern world tactics to a Napoleonic era, and is completely misunderstanding the whole concept behind smoothbore weapons and the complete lack of anything worthwhile in terms of accuracy. Where he continues, do any of you have any real military training, or are all of you shaped greasy head idiots? If you guys knew what tactics were, then you'd spread out and stop bunching up, just waiting for a cannon to take you all out. Clearly this guy has no idea on history or, you know, anything worth actually having. As multiple comment repliers have pointed out to him, he started replying by the look of it. So I haven't got around to reading those yet. I suspect there'll be further gems in his intellectual repertoire, but we shall wait and see. And we're about to run out of fuel just before we get to where I need to be at, and I don't think that ion engine is going to be up for this in the slightest. So if we kill off that, do I have an intersect? Not quite. I need to push this across more. Oh, and we're out of fuel. Okay, detach. Fire up the ion engine. Full speed ahead. We will just continue on our current heading until we hit what we previously had. Although we are not generating electricity fast enough. So we're going to have to hold it around there, which is pretty weak. So this may take a while. What was the shortcut for hardware acceleration again? Someone who knows what they're talking about? It was V or something? I can't remember. Someone tell me the shortcut for accelerating time when you're thrusting. I can't remember what it is. Ah, that one. Okay, these may or may not get closer together. Commissar, if you're applying for planet side and not Napoleonic, you don't even have to fill in the application form. You just show up on the server on Miller as Vanu, send me a message when I'm online and jump in TeamSpeak and poke me and go, "Oh yeah, I want to join." Okay, so we're slowly moving this towards that. The problem I'm going to have is slowing down once I get, you know, there. Because this engine is not up to much at all. These iron engines, yeah, they're pretty weak. Even for a tiny craft of this size, it's doing bugger all. So yeah, this is taking a while. Maybe I won't use these engines in future. Here it comes, it's about to join up. Maybe. Haha, there we have it. Now I'm going to keep boosting to stretch this out as long as possible, because then I have the most amount of time to slow myself down. No, maybe not. What is it doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Let's see what happens if I keep boosting on that axis, shall we? Something weird. Okay, we're just going to have to wing it when we get around here. So round we come. I'm not sure we're not slamming into the planet at the moment, to be honest. So we'll just finish up this part of the mission, and then this live stream will be coming to a close. So either we slam into that planet, get slingshot off into nowhere, or I manage to get an orbit going. Hopefully the latter. Captain Falura asks, do I play tabletop Warhammer? Not in recent years, Captain, but I do have a lot of models from when I used to. Okay, this is taking a while. Velocity is impressive though. Problem is it obviously slows down out here. Oh, come on, hurry up. Jeez. Why is the electricity charge going up and down like crazy? I'm not even using anything. Oh, tiny little ship. Batteries are bigger than the engine. Do I still have hardware acceleration on? No, I've got the standard time warp on because it's considerably quicker than the 4 times you get out of hardware acceleration. I'm not thrusting at the moment, so I can use the standard one. It's just that slow at this distance. Let's see, what was on my schedule to be released tomorrow during the day? I cannot remember. Open this up, and tomorrow is this. So I better make sure I set this running overnight so YouTube has time to sort its stuff out. Come on, probe, hurry up. Get to that apoapsis and start coming back in again. We've got a planet to encounter. Chat is going on to one of my favourite topics. Pandas and their evolutionary choice to stop chasing meat and start eating something that's barely nutritional enough to keep them alive. I had a geography teacher who absolutely hated them. Said they were the most worthless animal on the planet for making such a stupid evolutionary choice. The fact they could, they can pretty much eat anything. It's just they're so lazy. They thought they would just, sit around on their asses eating bamboo that's barely nutritious enough for them to eat the next bit. Okay, finally, here we come. Storming in towards Jool at a speed far too high for my ship to do anything about once I have to engage this puny little ion engine to stop myself shooting off into the distance. But it was, we have to try it. Getting this far out. It's rude not to. So anyone who wants to see some of my other live streams, I put them up on, I am live on Wednesdays at 8 PM GMT. That consists of 2 random games from whatever I happen to be playing at the time, followed by one of my live stream series. Currently that is XCOM. There is also a live stream on another day that I cannot currently remember. It may just be this one actually. I'm sure there's another one. Back to my little picture before my brain melts with stupidity. Ah yes, that's it. Tuesday at 8:30 GMT we have the PlanetSide 2 livestream, where it's less me interacting with the chat, to be honest, and more me just trying to lead various squads and platoons of the 77th VEF outfit. And all of my stuff is available directly on YouTube, along with a lot of other series that aren't live streamed. For anyone who hasn't checked that out yet, you can find the link in the description of my Twitch channel. Now we're about to get to the mildly interesting part, so I will stop rabbiting on about that sort of stuff. Here it comes, wait for it, wait for it. And brake. And as soon as we hit that, I'm going to start playing with the add maneuver there. So if I start slowing down, what happens? We get some weird ass kind of orbit. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, add maneuver. Does it start to pull things in? Yes, it does. At least in a semi-helpful way. So let's spin around to that. And thrust up. The problem is that this is a 59-minute burn, and I escape in 41 days, is that? Oh, this might work. Let's get my engine to a sustainable level, where it doesn't deplete itself completely. It about levels off, which is around there somewhere. You know, so it can generate enough electricity at the same time as using it. Way down there, really? Oh, joy. Okay, and let's hardware time warp this. Actually, looking at this, guys, I am not going to make you sit and watch this. This is the sort of thing that I would do miles away from here. And not on the live stream, as it's going to take like 20 minutes. This is the sort of thing I would leave running whilst I'm sorting out other stuff. So with that, I'm going to bring today's live stream to a close, and what will hopefully be happening on the next live stream is you'll see I'll have sorted this out into some sort of circuitous orbit, and we will have a probe around the outer planet. So with that in mind, let's bring this down. And so, once this hits YouTube, you will be able to click any of the images currently displayed on screen. They will not work on the live stream. The center one will take you to my YouTube channel, which where you can find all of the latest videos in the main bit, in the most recent order, like reverse chronological of them being uploaded. On the right hand side, you'll be able to find all of my playlists, as well as all of the other channels I support. Alternatively, if you know the playlist you want to see, you can click on those images around the outside. They will take you to my 9 most recent playlists, and you'll be able to see all of the videos there within. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed tonight. There was some crashing, some high-speed rover slamming into the planet, but not to be outdone by the rolling capsule, which then I accidentally thrusted with the rockets and nearly killed the person inside. But they're there relatively safely. Kind of stranded, the same as the people on Eve, but for different reasons. So today was not all a loss. it was a fairly successful mission overall in the grand scheme of things. And we're now playing with the first probe around the outermost planet, so hopefully we can get that working as well. So, with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. See you next week.